Recognizing emotionally unavailable people can be tricky because their behaviors often manifest subtly or as a defense mechanism. Here are 20 red flags to help identify emotionally unavailable individuals. 1. Avoidance of deep conversations. They steer clear of discussing emotions, personal history, or anything that requires vulnerability. 2. Inconsistent communication. They don't always respond to messages or calls, and when they do, it's often late or brief. 3. Deflecting or minimizing. When they do engage in conversations about feelings, they quickly minimize or deflect it to avoid talking about themselves. 4. Lack of future plans. They avoid talking about the future or make vague statements that don't show commitment to long-term goals. 5. Fear of intimacy. They resist or pull back when the relationship gets closer or more intimate emotionally or physically. 6. Constantly distracted. They often seem mentally or physically distracted, checking their phone, watching TV, or doing other things while you're trying to connect. 7. Past trauma or baggage. They frequently mention unresolved issues or trauma from their past, but don't take steps toward healing or self-improvement. 8. Limited emotional range. They may have difficulty expressing emotions beyond anger, annoyance, or frustration, often appearing numb or disconnected. 9. Lack of empathy. They struggle to empathize with others or show genuine concern when you're upset or in need of support. 10. Emotional hot and cold behavior. They might be warm and affectionate one moment and distant or cold the next, leaving you feeling confused. 11. Over-reliance on surface-level interactions. They prefer light, surface-level topics and avoid engaging in meaningful or emotionally significant conversations. 12. Commitment issues. They resist or avoid labeling the relationship, even if it's been going on for a while. 13. Self-centeredness. They focus mainly on their own needs, wants, and feelings, with little regard for how your emotions or needs might fit in. 14. Overwhelmed by vulnerability. When you open up to them, they seem uncomfortable, anxious, or resistant to reciprocate, often changing the subject. 15. History of short-term relationships. They have a pattern of quick, shallow relationships that end abruptly, possibly out of fear of emotional connection. 16. Difficulty accepting love. They might have trouble accepting affection, compliments, or acts of kindness from you, often deflecting or rejecting them. 17. Disappearing during stressful times. When life gets hard or stressful, they withdraw rather than offering support or even asking how you're doing. 18. Inability to apologize. They rarely admit fault or apologize, even when they've clearly hurt you emotionally. 19. Protecting their independence. They value their independence to the point where they avoid integrating you into their life or routines. 20. Discomfort with emotional intensity. They become uncomfortable when emotions run high, either withdrawing or trying to calm things down by changing the subject. Emotionally unavailable people often show these patterns as defense mechanisms to protect themselves from vulnerability or emotional pain. It's important to note that these behaviors can sometimes be linked to past trauma, unresolved issues, or fear of intimacy, but they can make building a deeper connection very difficult.